And we are live. Welcome to Finlit Live. It's your favorite insurance agents, Darnold Jr. and
Michelle the Seller, Well Tattletale.
And this is a show for you if you have a business, because this is a trend that's happening. We're doing it. And I think anybody that's in business should jump on this trend if you want to be relevant in the next 5, 10, 15 years.
Yep. Right.
So what we're alluding to is we're talking about doing podcasts for your business.
Yes.
And we have the expert at it. He goes to your business and help you start your podcast.
I'm so excited about this.
Yes, it's going to be a fun conversation. So let's go ahead and dive in. All right. Without any further ado, let's go ahead and bring on our guest, Jesus Ortiz.
Hello.
Hey, hello guys. How we doing? How are you doing in this amazing, blissful Tuesday?
We are amazingly blessed.
Absolutely. If we were any better, you need 4 of us.
I know, right?
Right. You always gotta have that energy, man. Right. Hey, it's funny because when you gave me a call, I was like falling asleep, taking a little nap. Because I've been awake since 4:30. 4 o'clock. Wake up, work out, my exercise, meditate, nature, talk to God, all of those stuff, and then I'll read my books and get myself, because you gotta do you first. You gotta do yourself first. And then you take care of business.
You have to have that formula and that routine and stick to it. Yes.
So you got to take a little nap. It was like a 5-minute nap because then I heard the phone and it was you. I was like, oh man, I gotta get up.
No, I took a power nap too, so don't tell anybody.
It's like, hey, even sometimes 5-10 minute power naps, they do help a lot.
They really work.
Absolutely.
They really work.
Absolutely. So, well, before we get started, go ahead and introduce yourself. Who are you? Where are you from? What are you up to nowadays?
Yes, well, guys, hello. My name is Jesus Ortiz, and I'm originally from Mexico. I'm not originally from here, from Houston, Texas, but I call myself a Houstonian because I've been here since I was 8 years old, and I'm 36 now. So I'm very proud to be a Houstonian. I'm very proud to be here. Learn a lot from a lot of people from here. I'm a proud father. I have a young girl. She's 9. She's about to turn 10 in July, and she's my everything. I got pictures. I won't see them, but there's one in the left, one in the right. Every time I feel like I cannot do anything, or I just feel like not depressed, but like I need to move. Like my wife, that's my wife. That's my purpose. I gotta see them, move through, and that's how I started the business, my business, Geraldi Media Network. That's her middle name, Geraldi. Her name is Melina Geraldi. And I said, you know what? I want to build something that I know is my gift, but I want to build something that is going to stuck with her. And I want to teach her around everything that I know. And whatever it is that she decides to do, we got to let the kids, fly. That's where something that we'll talk about a little bit after when we get in here. I love to do a lot of things for the kids too. I'm starting to do a lot of kids podcasting. I'm trying to get to schools and implement kids podcasting on schools. And guess what?
Jose, you giving too much good stuff. You're not giving me a chance to ask any good questions, dude.
Go ahead. I just put in the background.
Let me say this. You mentioned something that I am very, very adamant about. You said something about your why. And with building this brand and knowing how intricate and important it is, having that why and that mission statement is so important. Why don't you tell us a little bit about how did you come up with this why? We know it's your daughter, but talk about how important a mission statement is. And could you share a little bit of your mission statement with us?
Yes. She's my deeply why and my purpose, because when everybody goes to this, an entrepreneur, when you start doing something or you want to become an entrepreneur, you lose everything. And I went to that spot when, back when she was 2 or 3 years old, the problems with the marriage and everything, my ex-wife went back to Mexico. I didn't get to see her for 2.5 years. So that's when the Jesus dropped everything. That's when I didn't believe in no God. I didn't believe in myself. Wow. And her, it just like give me that power and the energy to go fulfill anything. And that's why when people tell me, what's your why? It's her. Like automatically it's my daughter. And then they want to know the story, because everybody wants to, when you tell somebody it's your kids, but truthfully, my why, it's her. Like, because I didn't get to see her on those 2 years, I put that as my mission to actually accomplish a lot of things for her, but for other kids.
Mhm.
Like when I see the other kids, I see her. I see her image in the kids. So I have to do a lot of things for the kids. I have to inspire them, motivate them to become an kidpreneur. Not only myself, but bring other kidpreneurs that they can empower them. And we need that. We need to help them right now because of the
Yes.
society we are right now. Nobody's helping them, and school is not actually either. And they're seeing all this negativity at home. We need to step up and do a lot of things for the kids. I know I'm not the only one. I met a lot of people, not only in Houston, but LA and Chicago, and they're doing a little bit of the parts. And I'm like, thank you, God. We need this. Like, this is like the mission and vision,
Yeah.
like on top of it. I know the
Right.
business is Geraldine Media Network and
Right.
I do the podcast,
Mhm.
but the kids is just like right there. Like, I don't know how to tell you when I feel bad and I see a kid outside of my place, my energy just pops back up and I'm like, oh God, I already know, God, that's the vision, that's my mission.
That's
If they,
awesome.
I
That is
gotta go do it.
that's powerful stuff. Powerful stuff. Starting a business is hard in and of itself. Would you agree, Donald?
Absolutely.
Donald is a business owner as well, and I am too, and so are you. So just having that hardship of just coming up with a vision, coming up with an idea, and executing. And so now we have it all built and everything, but this is a key component because we're in a different world now, and we have to race to these digital platforms. And you came up with the solution, podcasting for your business.
Yeah.
How important is that? And tell us, how did you come up with this concept?
Podcast is very, I tell people podcast is very important for very important for their business, even though I know it's not for everybody. Just like entrepreneurship is not for everybody, business owners are not, it's not for everybody. But I let everybody know that this right here, having your own show, your own podcast, it gives you the ability to create a round of everything, to
Yeah.
create a your own role, your own niche, of whatever it is that you're doing. Either you're selling, either you have a service or a product, or even if you want to bring other people in here, sell their stuff, affiliate marketing. There's so many ways that you can create it around your own show. And you can, like you're doing to me, you like I do to everybody, you bringing in guests and we bring that value to others and we bring some good nuggets and we actually help them because, as you know, there's only that 1% that is actually going to take action. And I'm saying that because that used to be one of me. When I used to start learning about entrepreneurship and stuff like this, I used to go to events and get excited and motivated because somebody out there speaking and telling you that you can make all this money. But that
Yeah.
was it. I was just getting motivated. I didn't have no coach, no mentor, nothing. So it was just motivation, but no action. It was just
Mhm.
no. And I'm telling you, like living proof, I will never take action. I will I always say to any business and things that I did before this, it was like, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. And then it'll come like right now at 6 o'clock. Oh, it's too late. I'll do it tomorrow. And then tomorrow and tomorrow. And you already know months, years pass, and you don't
Yes,
do nothing.
indeed.
Tomorrow never comes,
Yeah.
right?
Tomorrow never comes.
It's so relatable. So relatable.
Oh yeah, and podcasts, you build your own network. Like
Yeah.
you can make so many things. You can bring a lot of people, not only one or two people. You can create this and then build network and go to hotels and make a network event. Create your own, Facebook group. Either it's private. There's so many
Are you
things
reading
that
our game plan here?
You're right.
that I get all excited because I tell people like I know it's so much, but if you can at least do two or three platforms, Facebook,
Mm.
YouTube, and crush them, that's it.
And crush it and
Crush
crush
it.
it.
Because I'm
Okay.
telling you, I try to do all of them and it's not good. You get so frustrated.
It's overwhelming.
Okay. So talk about crushing it. Because we get so overwhelmed with just trying to. I got to do this. I got to do this. I got to post 100 times a day. I got to do this. I got to do that. And you're stuck in doing that. Talk about the importance of zeroing in on those few things and just crushing it. Talk about the importance of that because we're out here and people are flopping like fish and it's just too much. And then you just stop altogether. It can become overwhelming. Talk
It's true.
about just figuring out what to do.
It's true. It gets so overwhelmed. Like at the beginning, like I said, when I didn't have no help and nobody that I went to events or coaching or masterminds, I was like trying to be everywhere. Oh, I gotta put this video on YouTube. I gotta put this.
Mhm.
So when I started learning and somebody told me at least have two, And then I said, the most three and crush it. It's like find a time where you just say, okay, this 30 minutes, I'm gonna take those time and at least create 5 or 6 videos. And if you're that person that you're not ready to create videos, because I used to be that
Hmm.
before. I used to do videos and love being on camera. Dude, I was in my room in my phone and just doing videos pre-recorded and blah blah. Oh, it sucks and it sucks. And then I looked and it's like 30 videos and they all suck. And I was like, this is not for me. Why do I want to have a show with when I don't even know what to, say?
Yeah.
But
Wow.
that helped me because
Yeah.
through the days and months, you saw those videos and you saw the new ones, and you're like, oh, okay, I'm getting better. I'm getting better. I'm getting better. But I know it's tough because we don't have the time. But that's something bad. We all have the time. We all have 24 hours. Just schedule a time when you, even if it's 20 minutes and you can do 3 videos, and that's a start, and you can be posting 2 videos every day, or even it's 2 videos a month to start. My friend told me last time, hey, if you want to start, just do 2 video a month. And I was like, whoa, that's a little bit. Hey, but you're starting. And if you keep this consistently, that's when you're gonna start doing 3, 5. And after that, you're like, you're already making so many videos consistently. And this is the best part. When you do a show like this and you have an hour, guess what? You can cut out these videos to 100 videos, man. Little short
That's
mini
right.
videos.
You're reading our game plan here.
Already your game plan, right?
I'll say this subject matter is just so intriguing to me, and that's why I keep blabbing off asking you questions. So, okay, you do the one video, the two a month. How long should these videos be? Take the intimidation out of it for people. They think it's got to be so long, and it gets scary and intimidating. How long?
If you are good at the camera, 15 seconds. But not all of us are good at that.
Did you
And
say
I
15
used to
seconds?
not 15 seconds.
That's it.
I had a
We've been
15
overthinking it.
seconds.
Right.
A
All
15
right. This
seconds.
podcast is over. I'm joking.
No, no, they said like a 15 seconds to a 24 seconds a video to
What?
put it out there to build more of your awareness, because you already know people are gonna come in and look at that video, and if you hook them in those first 3 seconds and you got 15 seconds, they're gonna watch the whole thing. 24 seconds, they're gonna watch the whole things. I watched the whole minute too, but there's sometimes that they're a little bit like, oh man, what is it? Is it funny? Is it not? I don't want to watch this. But at the beginning, I used to do 3 minutes, guys. If you are a person that you're not ready to make these short videos, 2 3 minutes, do that. Top two,
Yeah.
3 minutes, and that'll help you. 2 3 minutes, pre-record it and upload it. Or even if you want to go live to be better, do a 2 3 minute live video. Those are hard. I remember at the beginning I couldn't do that because I love to talk. And if you see my videos, I always say, guys, I'm not gonna take much of your time. I'm just here for 10 minutes, an hour and 30 minutes.
Hour and a half later.
I know.
Wait a
But
minute.
that's me. Like, it's like I just love giving that value, that when you're talking, like we're getting talking, you get some ideas. And then we're like bringing the ideas to the table and be like, hey guys, hey, maybe you can use them. Maybe we can bring somebody and partner it up and start something, like blah 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 blah. It's crazy how our mindset works, but it's
Yeah.
good because we're not alone. We all can start. We all can help each other grow.
That's true.
It's just that a lot of business owners right now, they don't. They just want to know, it's me, it's my mind. I just want to make the money out of it. And I know, I want everybody to eat the whole pie, not
There you
half
go.
pie. The whole, your pie is all yours. My pie is all mine. But how can we contribute and make sure that we all eat together? How can we
That's
feed
good.
in?
That's good. That's good. So, talk about this. What type of equipment does somebody need to get started? Like, a lot of people are intimidated. They think they have to go out and buy
Right.
the latest DSLR camera.
All right. Look, the camera that I'm using right now, it's I will tell everybody to get this camera because look, I could have just put my camera, my professional camera on the back, and it would have looked so more clear. But I said, for what? I'm like, even myself, even though I have them, I'm using the Logitech C920. So write that down, guys. Logitech, if you're watching, is the Logitech C920. Either you can use this one on the Logitech 4K that is more crispy, but this one is about what, 40 or 60 bucks, and the other one is about 110 bucks. So
Yeah.
either way, these two don't do that. You can see me. Look, I'm doing right now, and you can see me clear. It's a good camera. And I used this camera for a long time. But before that camera, use the phone. I was using my
Right.
phone.
You're right.
That's why you cannot be afraid and say, I cannot start. yes, that's an excuse, because I tell you,
Yeah.
I started with, I had an Android back in the day. I started with an
Ooh-wee.
Android,
Team
a
Android.
S6, an S6. I had that S6 Android, and I had that for years because I couldn't afford another phone. That was the only phone that I don't even know how I afforded it, and it was new. I was so happy, and I got this phone. I gotta take care of it, and trust me, all my phones that I get, I always take care of them. Even to this one, I just finished paying it yesterday, and
Congratulations.
and it's just like, people see it as like it's a new one. It's like, nah, man, I just take care of the phones. I just like take care of the phones because it's an investment. To me, when people see me and they're like, "Oh, you got another phone," but they don't know why I use it, because I do videos. I'm
Mm.
looking at how the next phone is, like the iPhone 13 cinematic, and the phone this. Oh, that's for me, because I know what I'm gonna use it. But if it's you, you're not doing none of this. No, man,
Mhm.
stick to a regular phone. I mean, a good one that has good camera, but you can still get, your videos out there or your value out there.
That's
But
some valuable information. I remember in grad school, and one of my mentors, Dr. Chris Ulassi, I'll never forget, he said, don't spend all of that money on equipment, phones like this, and they do not bring value and can make you money. And
Hmm.
you're wasting your time to buy this and all the things that it can do, and you don't haven't figured out how to use it to monetize it and scale it.
Wow.
Don't do it. And that was valuable information.
Wow.
Yeah. So good
And that's
stuff.
very valuable, because you see
Yeah.
all these young
Absolutely.
kids, all these
Yeah.
millennials,
Yep.
and they're trying to get. And I
The
some of them
latest
I
and
asked,
greatest.
why you get a phone? Didn't you just got the and you just replaced it for another one? He said, because you're making money out of it. They're like, oh no, man, because I'm getting in the wagon. I was like, forget about that, man. You could have invest that money on your
Hmm.
business that you're doing right now. You could have got more product, more service to some others. You probably could have get a better banner, or create a
Yeah.
shirt or a hat.
Oh yeah.
And they're
Yeah.
like, "Oh man, why didn't I meet you
Yeah.
like yesterday? I already invested on a phone that I'm not even using it, just to be like, oh yeah, I got the new phone. I'm better than
Right.
everybody. No, man. And trust me, I used to be the same way. Back in the day, it's like I gotta have a better phone, and I will get mad. I'm like, why is he getting the phone first than me? I'm like, forget that. I'm
Wow.
gonna go get it. That's
So this is
mentality
what I
sick.
want people to know. This phone, you ought to be able to get a biscuit out of it. This phone ought to help you eat. Period.
I like that.
Eat it.
I
It's a
like that.
biscuit. Ah.
Yes.
Just add a little cinnamon, add a little sugar, have a cinnamon sugar biscuit.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
That's
Oh
cool.
man.
So exciting. So what do you do for businesses when you actually go and help them?
Yes, I go before. I don't even do cold calls, dude. I do everything is on Facebook or referrals or everybody before I go to them and I become their producer. We go to a Zoom call, 25, 30 minute, and
Yeah.
I educate them first, like I'm doing right here. Educate them the left and right about podcasts, what is good, and the ins and outs of doing a live stream. Because this is where I see other people that are doing live stream and they're producers. They're like, I'm a producer, and everything, but you gotta let them know that hey, you're going live. Things are gonna happen when you go live. Maybe
Hmm.
the live will go off. The bandwidth of the Wi-Fi, when we get to 30 minutes, it's gonna go low, and the video is gonna look like this, and something's gonna be like freeze in there. So you
Hmm.
gotta let them know that the things that are gonna happen going live, because pre-recorded is different. That's not gonna happen when you go pre-recorded, because you
Right.
pre-recorded, you can edit this in live. But here, when you go live and you use StreamYard or any kind of software that already has things that you can just put, you don't have to do the edit. And you know what? That's the best thing, because
Yeah.
now you cut the time. Because if you want to edit,
Right.
you're gonna sit down there at your room and you're gonna be there
Exactly.
overnight, and ain't nothing
Very
wrong with
time
that.
consuming.
It is.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. I have a friend that he does pre-recorded shows and stuff like that, not live, and he loves editing, man. He loves editing more than going out there and shooting in the camera. So that's why I say
Wow.
there's people on the left and there's people on the right, but me, I'm like, I always like to educate them and know what is gonna benefit for them, because I want to know what are they doing. If it's real estate, what is gonna benefit you, and this is something that you gotta do in a long term. If you're telling me
Mhm.
that you just want to start a podcast for 3 months or 6 months, you're not the right person for me to work on. It's just a
Mhm.
long term, because if you want to build something, your own network, and then this gives you an opportunities to speak on stages, or people
Yeah.
can just call you and be like, hey, My friend says they need somebody to talk about podcasts. They're gonna willing to pay you 3,000. Oh man, let's go for an hour. Somebody paying you 3,000 for an hour. But this creates that. But
Yeah.
you gotta keep on doing live. You gotta
Mhm.
keep on doing it consistently,
Absolutely.
consistently. You already know everything doesn't have to matter if it's this. Any kind of business you do, you gotta do it consistently to
Right.
keep up relevant to everybody
Mhm.
else.
Yeah.
Attention brings money, money brings attention. So you got to keep back and forth. Attention, money, money, attention.
I love it.
Ah,
I always say where attention money flows, where attention
vision goes.
goes.
Yes, indeed.
Hmm.
That's right. Cool.
That's right.
Well, any last words for the audience as far as doing podcasts for their businesses or maybe even talk about kidpreneurs?
Oh yeah, man. The kidpreneur side, guys. I do. I have one coming up. I do kids masterminds the end of the month every month, and I bring in about 7 8 kidpreneurs, and I do it. I don't do it live. This is just me Zoom, but I recorded it, and then I will post it live. It's pre-recorded, but I'll post it live later on. And there's this kids from LA, Chicago, from Houston, and I'll bring somebody. I'll bring somebody to talk to them, another speaker to talk to them and teach them maybe there is something about credit, teach them about podcasting, not if it's me or another podcaster, teach them about everything that has to do with financial things that are they're not learning in school that they need to be learning now as we're learning, man. And these kids, man,
You've been
they
eavesdropping on us, Ortiz.
they are freaking amazing.
Oh, I'm
I
sure.
don't even have to tell them. They already come with the notebook or their
Yeah.
phone
Yeah.
ready to take notes.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what that's what I was telling you. This right there brings me tears to my eye because we need this. These kids are just amazing. Some of them already have businesses for a whole year and they're like
Wow.
13, a whole year and a
Wow.
half. There's a girl that does cupcakes in Sugarland, a whole year and a half already doing cupcakes. She's 13.
Wow.
And the other little girl that she's 6, she signed a contract with Netflix. Come on, 6 years
What?
old.
Come on now.
Come on, man. I'm like, this is what we need, bringing, empowering the other
Yeah.
kids that they're like, hey, and not only them, we got to empower their parents too. We got to let them know you got to let your kids fly. You got to let your kids do what they want to do. Don't put them to do something that you didn't do when you were young. Oh, I
Yes.
didn't play soccer. My
Yeah.
kid has to play soccer. They don't want to do that. No, man. My daughter, she's not like she's not here with me. Still in Mexico. I didn't get to see her again for another year because of the coronavirus. And
Yeah.
then I got to have her a whole month for this new year on December. But I let her fly. I said, "Hey, baby, whatever you want to do, because she already tried baseball, and she got hit hard in the base. And she's like, this is not for me.
It's not for me.
This is not for me." And then she tried some other things, and no, but then she got into karate and the
Oh,
belts,
that's her
and that
game.
interests her. Oh, everything that has to do with Thai and all of that, and she loves that. So she's still in that. So I'm like, hey, she's gonna keep my butt. That's fine. She'll protect me.
That's right. She'll be your bodyguard.
Hey, who's your bodyguard? Oh, don't mess with me. She's gonna drop you.
There you go.
But you gotta let them fly. You gotta
That's
let
right.
them understand and let them find something that they're like, hey, dad, you'll feel that tension and energy with your kids. And you're like, oh, that's what they like. Let me help them more in that section and let me push them more. How can I help them more? How can I bring other people and help her out? Not me, but I always think about others before me. It's like, let me put others over there in front. And that's another thing that podcasts help you. You get a collection of people, I call it a collection, but a lot of people that you get to know.
Yeah.
And like I did when I started this in 2015 at the end, I got all these people that I know from LA, Chicago. So when I speak to say yourself or somebody else, my mind is already, oh, I know who I can put them like tomorrow for a meeting. And I've been doing that. And the people are like, how did you make that happen? I was like, it was a lot of work. I understand now what they call the network, but truly a network where people want to sit down and really collaborate with you. And I started building that. And I said, if they're not helping me, why do I want to have them in my notebook? I want them to help y'all. Y'all don't never know
Right.
if y'all can build
Right.
another different building, business and a building. And that's just like a blessing to do that. And I've been seeing it with my own eyes. I've been seeing collaborations with other people that I connected, and they have made a lot of money. I didn't get anything back, and they made a lot of money in it. And I'm like, In my mind, I'm like, dang, that sucks, man. I've collect. They should have gave me something, you know. And I always say, I
So,
always
so
tell my mind, like, it's up to God, it's up to them. If they're
uh,
that kind of a person, I'm just implementing the seed and throwing the seed. If they want to do something good for me, that's fine. Not, at least I already know that I did something good. Because God is
so
gonna be like, hey, you did something
Jose,
good, I'm gonna help you.
Jose, can you briefly tell us what can a person expect if they want to start building their podcast and you go to them? So, what does that look like? Where are you guys meeting, and
Oh
what do
yeah.
they need to have, and what do you need? What are you going to
Isn't this
bring?
fun? You asked that question because they I go to them, either I go to their business,
Yeah.
or if they, some of them like, hey, can you come to my house? Or I would tell them, let me find a place that is close to you where
Hmm.
I can rent a little spot and I can
Yeah.
do it there, that it's not noisy. And guess what? They pay for all that stuff, man. I hadn't had nothing
Nice.
to do. And I said, because they're already paying me. So I'm like,
Yeah.
hey, it's okay. I'll
Yes.
take it out from there. I'll pay the whole hour is what, $60 to rent a little room, and
Right.
we make it happen. And
Yeah.
they're like, no, we got the room. Don't worry about it. I was like, what? And it has happened all the time to me that now I'm like, I don't even say it anymore. They're like, come to me. I already know where we're doing it. I got a little place, or my friend has a little place. Just bring your stuff, set up, and boom, boom, and let's start. I'm
That's
like, this is, I don't even believe it, not because I'm like, you pay me. I mean, I'm gonna take that so I can pay, that hour of whatever we're renting, the spot. But they're doing it on their own. And that's sometimes when you click in and you're like, you're doing something right. You're not
absolutely.
only
Right.
doing something right, but you being, legit and truthfully to them. You're letting them know this and you're helping them, and I'm going beyond. Sometimes I go beyond and do more things to them, and sometimes you're like, and the next time they pay you, they're like, oh damn, you saw another 150 another. And sometimes I let people know that, sometimes you gotta do this. Sometimes you just gotta help somebody beyond, and you never know that next time they pay you, it might be more.
Yeah,
Well, I
And then,
love this
absolutely.
because you're taking the element of fear out of it for a lot of entrepreneurs, and so this is really really great. You're going to give people the courage to get started now.
It's
oh yeah,
huge. Yeah.
do
So
not have fear. The fear of unknown is out there. We all
Yeah.
have it. Guys,
Right.
you have it. Sometimes it tries to come back to you, but hey, it's this that evil is out there trying to get in your mind again. Trust me. The past
Right.
2 weeks and a half, that's how I was, man. I was living on a mentally broken head on the past 2 weeks. Like
wow.
I haven't done anything in the past 2 weeks and a half.
Well,
Bro,
you sure seem bushy tailed now. We're glad to see it. What were you about to say, Darnell?
Absolutely. Yeah. So if you're watching, if you have any questions for Jesus, go ahead and type it in the comments, and we'll be happy to answer those questions. But Jesus, while they're doing that, how can people get a hold of you?
oh yeah. Y'all can find me at Geraldine Media Network or Geraldine Media. It's all, everywhere. Geraldine Media is YERALDY, and then Media Network, or Jesus Ortiz. That's my personal page. I don't hide anything, so you can go check out my personal page or my business page. And the kids is called the All Eyes on Them Foundation. Go check that out, man.
Mm-hmm.
That those pages is nothing but me. It's every video you're gonna see there is kids podcasting. Like I said, I really want to grow this. Like
Great.
I just went to a middle school last week, and I sit down, and that's where I graduated. And I talked to not to the principal, they were busy, but you know what they said? What, you're a podcaster? Like, we're trying to implement kid podcasting to the middle schools. And I
Awesome.
was
So you
like,
went to
well,
give
I
back.
do that. I'm like, that's my
Give
precious.
back. Yeah.
It,
Awesome.
and I was like, hey man, why not? Why not build something up? They have the budget, build something up. I go there and I can build that, because that's gonna help the kids with their speech,
Mm-hmm.
talking in the
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
mic, and then
Yes.
and then the camera.
Great.
They're not gonna be afraid of the camera when they grow older. Like, you want to be in the camera? Oh man, no, yeah, definitely. Give me the mic. Like, no fear at all.
That's awesome.
We need that, because it doesn't only help them to be like, have something to know about the podcast, but it helps them on things that they need to know about life, and
But
and implement a lot of
it
things.
also will help those that would be interested in working behind the scenes. You could also sh- sh- help them learn how to be, mini producers and stuff. Yeah.
Yes, that to me is the number one thing. And when you check that All Eyes on Them Foundation, the YouTube, that's what it's called, All Eyes on Them Foundation. Those kids, I told them, I don't want to interview you myself. I told one of the kids who wants to be the host. And
Yeah.
one of
I
the
love
girls,
it.
the girls, it's always I always get it with the girls. It's not the boys because I maybe because I have a little girl.
They love hosting.
Yeah,
They love being the host.
because I have a little girl, it's always the girls are like, "Can I be the host?" And the little that girl was the host, and I was recording everything. And when I started listening to what they were talking about, I was like, what are these pillars of success? I'm like, I don't even know these pillars of success. What book are you reading? Like,
Look,
that's
they're
what I
trying to
tell
be Oprah Winfrey and Dominique Salsa, honey.
you. Learn from the kids. They empower us. But we always think like, they're kids. They don't know who are they getting it. Oh man, these kids, they're smart. They're
They are.
really smart. And we need to guide them more on that path of letting them have that their own mentality and mindset that go ahead, man. Go ahead. Do it. Even to the younger ones, like I said, the 6, 7 year old. I talked to a little boy that he knew how to draw really good, and I gave him ideas. Hey, haven't you thought about doing a Zoom call or YouTube where you get these kids and pay you $5 a month and you teach them? He's like,
Yeah.
can I do that? That kid got excited. He's like, can I do that? Yeah. And then he
Yeah.
went to tell his mom. His mom came to me. He's like, how can I do that? How can I help set up a YouTube or a Zoom? I'll pay for the Zoom and he can start teaching the kids. I was like, this is what we need, man. He has his Don right there as a 6 year old. Let him fly with it, man. Let him play with it. You never know. Maybe it's 7, 8, 9, couple of years later, he doesn't want to do that no more. He made some money. Maybe he wants to do something else. Maybe he wants to help somebody else. You never know. That's why you gotta let them go with it.
You're
And don't be mad.
absolutely
Don't be mad at them. Like I tell the parents, don't be mad at them. Come on, man. Let
You're
them go.
right. They
And
absolutely cannot, you just never know. So here's the podcast, Papa. He's been on here tonight and we're
Yes.
excited about it.
Thank you so
This
much.
was
look,
great. This was
get
so great.
this is a little girl's book that I got and she signed it for me, guys. If you get a
Clean truth
chance,
about
the
starting
clean
a
truth.
business for teens.
That is
Wow.
hot business right
That's
there.
powerful.
That's her name. Go follow her, Jordan Wright.
Jordan Wright.
Jordan,
Yes, that's great.
right here in Houston, Texas. She's 14 years old and she's making it happen.
Wow.
Nobody, hey, nobody helped her about it. She didn't know nobody about the book. She said, "You know what, Jesus? I did it on my own."
Wow.
I'm like,
Awesome.
that's what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes, exactly. Well, you have been so inspiring, and we thank you so much for
Yes.
taking the time to share with us about podcasting for business. You have shed some light. You've eliminated the element of fear. You are the podcast Papa. So thank you for coming on Finlit Live.
Yes. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, guys. No problem. Anytime.
Cool. We appreciate you.
Take care.
Take it.
Wow.
How about it, man?
Yeah, he's cool. I like him a
Yes.
lot.
I know. This
So,
is fantastic.
yeah.
Great stuff.
So, what were some of your takeaways? Hey, there you are.
I mean, seriously, this my biggest takeaway is he made it seem so uncomplicated.
Absolutely.
And that this is the part that does it for me.
Absolutely.
Because people think about equipment and everything, and especially when you're not technically savvy and everything,
Right.
you may have the brightest idea, but those things they're scary.
Absolutely.
And so he just took the fear out of it and it made it seem simplistic. Oh, if you're going to come to me and I don't have to do anything except make certain that I bring my brand to the forefront and you're going to do all the hard stuff, I can get with that.
Absolutely.
What did you take away?
I love the fact that he's like 15 seconds. That's all you need. 15 seconds.
That's it for me. It's like,
Most
oh,
people
God.
think they need this long dissertation
And
to
I'm
be
gonna-
able to do a video, but
Right.
that's not necessarily the case.
And this is the thing, what people can understand. I am a journalist.
Nice.
My bachelor's degree is in broadcast journalism. So if I get scared about doing videos, anybody can. And I'm formally trained to do it, right?
Absolutely.
And so when you say 15 seconds, then that makes
Easy.
me like, okay, Michelle, go ahead. Get your whole life together, okay? So I get it. It can be scary and intimidating.
Absolutely. So he did a great job on eliminating that fear.
Mhm.
So if that's something you're interested in, just dive in. Just do
Yeah.
it. It's going to be bad in the beginning. You
Right.
should look at some of my first videos. I'm like,
Right. Me
wow,
too,
I
yeah.
learned a lot. So it's a growth process. If iPhone waited for the iPhone to be perfect, they would never have released the first iPhone. But guess what? Every year they keep releasing a new one, a new
Right.
one, because it just gets better and better.
Better and
it's the
better.
same as us
Mhm.
as humans and with videos also. So cool. Well, we appreciate you guys for watching. And definitely tune in next week. We have a guy from AT&T. So he's going to talk about how to maximize our cell phone bill and save us a little bit of money on our
We
cell phone.
all need to hear about that because that's
Absolutely.
my carrier, AT&T. I want them to show me how to save.
Right, same here. So, well, and I did a video like this show specifically for our business owners. So if you are interested in a digital business card, check out this next video. It's
Yeah.
awesome. It's really awesome. Pop on.
Yeah.
Check it out.